All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for Chapter 16, Section 4. The Allies are victorious. Here we see an image of the D-Day
Storming the
invasion.
beaches, Normandy.
That's right. So really quickly, the Americans and the British are going to be working in Egypt to open up a second front. They want to move up through Italy. So the British general Montgomery defeats Rommel at the Battle of El Alamein, and that
Desert Fox.
That's right, and that will let them get into Italy.
I think part of the reason too was because they didn't feel confident. I think putting all their forces into like Europe and France. So
yeah, because Stalin wanted the second front here.
Exactly. So they wanted to get where they could quickly. Yep.
So invade Italy now. Open up a second front against Germany. Mussolini will be arrested, and Germans rescue him. He'll get captured a second time, and then he'll be
Eventually
executed.
killed. Ooh.
There he is on the right, hanging upside down.
Sorry, guys.
She's sick.
So, D-Day invasion, Normandy, storming the beaches. This is like what's on all the video games, guys. You're so familiar with this. Operation Overlord, Eisenhower, and the Allied forces, France, Britain, and the United States coming together to open that second front that Stalin wanted, invade France, and hopefully push the Germans out.
Massive invasion, huge victory for the Allies. Germans are going to have one final push, the Battle of the Bulge. They'll drive a 50-mile wedge into the Allies' line in Belgium, but it won't be enough. The Allies will be victorious.
Sorry.
Don't get me sick. And thinking ahead to the future... Get out of this video. Roosevelt, Churchill, and Stalin, shut up,
Sorry.
are going to meet to discuss what to do with Europe, and Stalin promises that after the war, democratic elections will be held in Europe to the countries freed from Nazi rule. And also
That was pretty nice of them to do.
Yeah, and they agree to attack Japan after Germany is defeated within 3 months. Here's a picture of the Battle of the Bulge. Look out for yellow snow. And there's Churchill, Roosevelt, and Stalin all sitting down.
This video is going to be awesome, guys.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, FDR does not see the end of the war because he dies April 12th, 1945, just about a month to go before the war ends.
So close.
Yep.
And Hitler commits suicide when he's surrounded, April 30th, 1945, and the war in Europe was over a week later. So VE Day, Victory in Europe Day, Germany surrenders. So now there's only one country left, and that is the Japanese. Japanese were interned. These are Japanese Americans put in prison camps. Shut up. After the Pearl Harbor attack. You want a cap full of my water? She's gone. Moving on without her. We see this image here of the Pacific, and the Americans have a two-pronged attack, and that is the island hopping strategy
I'm back.
to get closer to Japan so that they could bomb them around the clock.
So island hopping, though, not attacking the strongest ones, but attacking the least heavily, but getting closer to Japan. I'm back.
All right, so the Japanese are desperate now, and they're going to resort to kamikaze attacks. The Battle of Leyte Gulf. I think 263 American ships will be destroyed by kamikaze attacks. Very scary. Here's an image of a Japanese ship coming down, a Japanese plane coming down an American ship.
And just showing how much the Japanese valued, like honor. They did not take well to surrendering and valuing their country loyalty versus just like individual life.
That's right. All right, so we have the Battle of Iwo Jima. Small volcanic island.
Say 8 square miles.
Yeah, 660 miles from Japan. The Americans wanted to take it to get hold of the airfields there, but the Japanese weren't giving this up lightly, were they?
Definitely not. I was thinking of like the flamethrowers and like the underground tunnels that they dug. Very, very violent. This is like this one in Okinawa were two of the more deadly battlegrounds in the Pacific.
Not many survivors. Only 1,100 survived the attack.
Which is crazy.
Here's some images of
Iwo
Jima.
That's what we're talking about.
This is the raising of the flag. Check out Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima. Couple movies on it. Great book.
Really good movie. Yep.
And here is the volcanic Mount Suribachi. And here's the tunnel.
Really hard landing on those beaches there.
Absolutely. And like Mrs. Banda said, the Battle of Okinawa, only 350 miles from Japan, and we saw really savage fighting here, and also Japanese civilians were attacking Americans as well. All right, so
Potsdam, you're getting really into it.
I know. Truman, new American president. Clement Attlee, new British prime minister. And Stalin all meet, and Truman tells Stalin about what?
The bomb. That big old bomb. So the idea here, and Truman, do you know Truman didn't know about it?
I did know that.
Yes. So, just as a little aside, Einstein was like, you got to build this bomb, saying it to Roosevelt. And so, because if you know, Hitler's going to. So they did, and Roosevelt kept it such a secret, he didn't even tell Truman about it. They had to find out later, and tells him about this weapon. It says their unprecedented power, doing the test, the Manhattan Project, and the idea is to hopefully end the war, maybe, hopefully. I don't know, what do you think, Mr. Loebner?
I think it's going to work. So it was nicknamed the Manhattan Project, and we tested it out July 1945. It was a success.
Yep.
And on August 6, 1945, the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. And 3 days later, the second atomic bomb was dropped on Nagasaki.
Yep, they just had to balance what the cost of war was going to be. And they estimated that, I think they said 1 million or more American lives would have been lost if we had a full attack on Japan.
And
so
who knows
this
how many
was
Japanese.
Exactly. So the president thinking this was going to be the quickest way to end the war and lose the least amount of lives on both sides, especially the American side.
Also a way to show the Russians, hey, we're the new bosses after World War II.
Yeah.
Watch out for us.
Be careful, Stalin.
So Japan surrenders August 14th, 1945. The Americans helped write a new constitution to get Japan back into the democratic way. And the costs of the war were unbelievable. 55 million or more dead, Holocausts in Europe and in China, thousands of cities destroyed, millions of civilians killed.
It's crazy.
But the world was saved from the evils of Hitler and the Japanese.
Oh,
all
they
right.
were that bad, huh? That bad.
So that concludes World War II.
And the year.
Our last video of the
Yeah.
year. Done.
Peace.
Have a good summer.